and today we're gonna read the Magic Tree as Merlin mission book, 13 Moonlight on the Magic Flute. And today we're gonna start reading at chapter 2 and the end of reading at chapter 3, okay? Now, are you ready for this one book with a lot of stories? And now here we go. And first you can read is the Magic Tree as Merlin mission to put on your wing. Jack opened his eyes. He looked down at his clothes. He was wearing a blue bolive coat, a long vest, and a knee-length pants. His shoes were black with shiny buckles. Jack looked up at Annie and burst out laughing. Her pigtails had changed into the thick, peculiar-shaped curls with wearing a pink dress covered with the lace bows. There was a big hoop underneath her skirt to hold it out. The hoop, the skirt, and a lot of petticoats are all bounced up around Annie. "You look like you're standing in the basket," said Jack. You look like an old woman," said Annie. She pointed at Jack's head. Jack had reached up and left off the back pile of hat, but something else was on that hat too. He pulled out of the white wig with curls on the side and a ponytail in the back. "A wing?" said Jack. His nose trickled. He sneezed and a cloud of white powder puffed from his wing. It covered the powder. "I can't wear this." "Yes, you can," said Annie. "If I have to wear this," she shook her dress. "You have to wear that." "But why are you dressed this way?" asked Jack. "Because we're going to the fancy party in the palace a long time ago," said Annie. "Okay, but where is this place?" said Jack. Jack and Annie went to the window and looked out. They had landed to the rows of trees that lined a cobblestone street. At the far end of the street, gathering horse-drawn, and the coaches are parked outside tall iron gates. "I wonder where the palace is beyond those gates," said Annie, pointing. "I don't know," said Jack. "I wish we had a research book to help us. Merlin wants us to relay our list and the talents," said Annie. "Yeah," said Jack, "whatever that means." Bells rang into the distance. "Bong, bong, 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 bong." "5 bongs," said Annie. "What time is the party?" Jack looked at her invitation and read aloud. 5 o'clock in the evening." "Oh no, we're going to be late," said Annie. "Put on your wing." Jack crammed his wing back to his head and put on the hat. He pushed the silver flute and invitation into the deep pocket with his coat, and Annie squashed her hoop skirt and squeezed over the opening treehouse floor. "It's hard to climb down to the rope ladder at this dress," she said. "Be careful, go slow," said Jack. "But we have to hurry," said Annie. She had jumped off the ladder and landed to the ground. Jack had hurried down to the ladder. "You okay?" he said. "I'm fine," said Annie, standing up. "Just got a little dirty." She brushed off her dress. "Let's ask one of those guys about the palace." She pointed to the coach drivers outside the iron gates. "Hurry!" Annie had started to run. Her skirt bells swung wildly from side to the giant bell. "Slow down," said Jack, rushing to catch up her. "You can't run that big skirt. You look ridiculous. And besides, we need to discuss our mission before we go to the party." "It's simple," said Annie. "We are looking for the brilliant Aino artist," finished Jack. "But how do we find to that person?" "Oh, we will get to that party soon enough," said Annie. First, let's find that party, said Jack and Annie. Jack and Annie have walked through the fancy coaches near the gates. Where's the invitation? Said Annie. Here, he pulled the invitation out of his pocket. Excuse me, said Annie, walking up to the driver of the golden coach pulled by the two wild horses. We're looking for the summer palace. Jack showed her invitation to the man. The driver nodded encouragingly. "Ah, so you are a guest of an impartial family," he said. "But why are you arriving on your foot? Where is your coach?" Our driver led us back there," said Annie, pointing to the street. "I fear he let you out too soon," said the driver. "You still have quite a distance to go." "We do?" said Annie. "Yes," said the driver. "I'm ready to deliver my employer to the family palace. I was waiting here until the party ended, but if you like, I can take you there. Young nobles should always arrive by coach." "Oh, thanks," said Annie. Jack had stranger to his shoulders and tried to look the noble. "My name is Joseph," said man. "Come, let me help you up." The Joseph held out his hand, and Annie took it. The Joseph had helped her off to the cushioned ladder seat, and Joseph had helped Jack too, and his friendly driver climbed to the bench behind the milk with the white horses. "Wow, I need like a Cinderella going to the ball," said Annie to Jack. Joseph snapped her reins, and the horse took off. The guards opened their gates, and coach clattered to the cobblestones and evening square. The square was bathed like the last light of the day. Monks and brown rebels strolled around to the huge fountain. Soldiers in uniforms rode a horseback. From the far side of the square was a long building. It had a brilliant yellow walls of the dozens of windows. It had bright yellow walls and dozens of windows that flashed the light to the setting sun. "Is that summer palace, sir?" Annie called to the Joseph. "Yes, indeed." Joseph's head slid over to his shoulder. "And there's much more than you can see behind the palace is a garden of the nearly 300 acres. It's beautiful flowers, art goats, and fountains, and zoo." "A zoo?" said Jack. "Hello, boy and girl," came a high voice. "Oh, high voice." "Hello, boy and girl," came a little high voice. And close to the blue cars passed them. A small boy wearing a white wig was calling from the window, and he pointed at Jack and laughed. "Your wing is crooked," he shouted into the high voice. "Your wing is crooked," he shouted as the high voice. Before the boy had said more, someone had pulled him back from the window, and the blue coat rumbled away. "What an annoying kid," said Jack. "It's my wing crooked?" "A little." Jack lifted Jack's hat off, and she have tried to station his wing, have lunched on the suede of the cushioned seat. "Here," she said. "That's better." And Joseph had drove the horses into the front of a palace, and the coach had dropped her staircase that led to the terrace. Joseph had helped to the Jack and Annie door from her seat. "Sit." "I can tell this is the first visit to the palace," said Joseph. "At the door, you must show to the guard the red uniform and your invitation. He will direct you by relieving line." "The relieving line? What's that?" said Jack. "It's where you go to wait by the introduced," said Joseph. "Introduced by who?" said Jack. "To Her Impartial Majesty Maria Theresa. She is the introduced of the orchestra and the Queen of the Hungry Crosta and the Bernia, Empress of the Holy Roman Empire," said Joseph. "All right," said Annie. "Yeah, right," said Jack. "Help!" Now it's chapter 3, Her Impartial Majesty. I think now they're going inside to the summer palace and enjoying the party and then do a lot of the missions. And now, and Jack will gonna blow some flute like this. And now tomorrow we start reading in chapter 3 and then reading in chapter 4 or 5. Okay, now bye-bye everybody, and please thumbs up my YouTube. Now bye-bye everybody. Have a nice day. Bye.